Mm, mm, mm. Oh, God, someone got so fed up of me waffling on, they put a sock in it. Hi, welcome back to Simple English. In this week's episode, we're going to look at 5 more very British idioms. But be warned, don't keep repeating them because someone might decide to put a sock in it. Hi, this is Simple English. My name is Callum Hems, and this is a place where you can come to improve your vocabulary, your grammar, and your pronunciation. This is 5 British idioms, so let's get started with the first one. It is as mad as a box of frogs. I love it. I love this one. It means you're insane, you're crazy, you've lost your mind, you're off this planet, you're as mad as a box of frogs. Let's have a look at it in a sentence. You know what? I would not talk to that guy if I were you. He's as mad as a box of frogs, mate. Number 2, treading on thin ice. You are treading on thin ice. It means that you are very close to a dangerous situation, or you are about to make the situation worse than it is. So any second now, that ice is going to break and you are going to fall into that freezing cold water. So let's have a look at it in an example. Please don't talk about John's ex-girlfriend at the party. If you do, you'll be treading on very thin ice. So also, my dad used to say this to me when I was a naughty child and I kept pestering him. Dad, please can I have that toy? Please can I have that toy? Please can I have that toy? He'd already said no, unfortunately. And before he would shout or before he would punish me, before anything bad would happen, he would say, Callum, you're treading on very thin ice. And I knew at that point it was the moment to stop. So it means, yeah, if you're treading on thin ice, you want to stop what you're doing because things are about to take a turn for the worse. And number 3, put a sock in it. This was the one I used in my introduction. So it is an informal way and just another way, really, of saying shut the hell up. Put a sock in it. It being, of course, the mouth. Put a sock in it. So again, you know, it's not very polite. You can use it as a joke if you're talking to close friends. So, oi mate, can you put a sock in it, please? Yeah. Or you can be overly polite, but use this phrase, which is obviously impolite, to have a little humour in your speech. So you could say something like, hey, would you please ever so kindly put a sock in it? And from that introduction of the polite build-up, we don't expect the phrase put a sock in it, which can create some humour. Well, hi guys, I just want to remind you to like, subscribe, and if you want to learn more idioms, you can click this card up here, which is a video I made about idioms and money. So number 4 is across the pond. So when we say something is across the pond, we're really talking about the Atlantic Ocean. So this is an extremely British idiom because across the pond means the US. So if we talk about our friends across the pond, we're talking about the Americans. So let's look at this in an example. Hey, what happened to your daughter, Sharon? I haven't seen her about much. Oh, actually, yeah, she went to study across the pond. She'll be away for about 3 years. So when we say that, we mean that actually she went to university in America. She went to study across the pond. And number 5, don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs. This one is really quite bizarre. Don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs. Well, what it means is you don't want to teach your elders. You don't want to be disrespectful to your elders by trying to teach them something that they may already know. So for example, if I were to say to my grandmother, Grandma, you should be more polite to people, because then they would treat you with more respect. My dad or my mum might say, hey, don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs. It means that you shouldn't try to advise your elders when they have more wisdom than you do. So basically, respect your elders. Don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs. Well, in just a second, I'm going to get to a bonus idiom for you, another very British idiom. But first, I want to ask you the question of the day, which is, what is your favourite idiom? Please leave that in the comments below so we can discuss it and you can share it with others and also learn what their favourite idioms are. And also, I just want to tell you about the following books. So you have the English Idioms in Use series by Felicity O'Dell and Michael McCarthy. There's a lot of idioms in there, all organised into different sections, which I think is really useful for learning idioms. There's also the Oxford Dictionary of Idioms, which is about 880 pages long. So it's really crammed full of information, but it's a great extra guide to have if you're interested in learning a lot of English idioms. Well, the bonus idiom for today is effing and blinding. He's always effing and blinding, mate. So effing and blinding, it means someone is cursing a lot, swearing a lot, using rude words a lot. This is probably because they have become very mad, very angry at something, and they start cursing and swearing. Let's use it in a sentence. So John was just so mad for being kicked out of the party. He was effing and blinding all the way home. You might hear it used a lot with effing and blinding all the way home. So he was cursing, swearing, loud, being angry all the way home. Hello, welcome to Simple English with me, Bob McGee. Any moment now, the ice is going to break and you're going to fall in that cold, warm water. Smile. That is crammed with blah, 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 blah. If you want to just have a look at one of my recommended videos, you can clink. If you want to learn more about idioms, you can click this link right here for a video about idioms and water. If you want to just check out one of my recommended videos, you can follow that link right there below. So that's all for today's episode of Simple English. I hope that you keep learning, stay motivated, and take care. Goodbye.